Like Raul said, we are Team 9, and we are presenting to you Reportedly Biased. Will your own bias allow you to report the truth?
Our impact goal. Our problem was bias within the news industry with racism, transphobia, and sexism. Our audience was those who don't recognize loaded terminology. Our experts, marginalized folks, and those who take the time to focus on such issues. Our impact goals is education of the public, encourage introspection for those in positions of entertainment control, and for the viewers to have an introspection for themselves for their own implicit biases.
So to achieve this goal, we created a visual novel that had the particularity of including pictures of players around the world, giving them a real voice in the game and calling for empathy. There are several possible photos for the same situation. The one of your game session is chosen randomly. Each game session can therefore display new ones. The long-term goal will be to allow players to give these photos through the game, but for the game jam, we asked participants to send them directly to us. The educational aspect is given through the story and the feedbacks, making players understand what is not appropriate in the chosen answer.
The voice that we're trying to amplify is that of the subjects in the media. Oftentimes, you'll find that the reporters or the news outlets cover up stories based on their own bias and drown out voices. So with our game, we're trying to bring those voices out and show that these stories are far different than what could normally be seen. And another way to highlight that is actually with our photographs that Natasha lovingly collected, to show that all of us have empathy and different stories than what we might see in the media through our Games for Change interviews or our just normal everyday photographs, to show that this is an international concept of how our stories can change. We also wanted to highlight our lovely main character, Ashanti here. She is a character who's often ignored in the mass media of being Black, Muslim, and a trans woman. Oftentimes, she is overlooked for her Anglo-Saxon counterparts or for her cisgender counterparts, for the Christians, for anyone else. And unfortunately, as a result, she is often a very huge victim of hate crimes. So we wanted to give her a safe appearance or a safe space and have a story that can share who she might be, who you would see on the streets, right? And how she would impact the people around her, how she would be impacted by everyone else. We did run into a few challenges with our development. GitHub decided it wanted to absolutely cause chaos last night. So we had to recreate our visual novel a few times, which was very stressful. And we also asked for photographs a little bit later than we could have, which resulted in scrambling to grab our own photos, our friends' photos, and just trying to collect enough empathy and love from people to display for you as a player or as a viewer. We also have communication issues. Two of us are fluent in English, one of us is fluent in French. So we had to grapple with translation and reading between the lines to tell what everyone was saying. And so we used, a lot of the normal translator apps. And then there was time management. We're in the middle of a semester. We're in the middle of exams for two of our members. And one of them couldn't even help us out. He decided he'd rather stand back and not cause any issues because of his exams. And that is why there's only 3 of us in our team. But that's us. That's Team 9, I guess.